There's something most people don't talk about when it comes to relationships like yours. They're different. They're not broken and not hopeless, but different. And if you've ever felt like, why does this feel so much harder than it should? There is a reason for that. Because the truth is, trauma is far more common than most of us realize. A large percentage of adults have experienced some form of trauma. And when you look specifically at men, the numbers are even more telling. Nearly 1 in 4 men have experienced childhood abuse or neglect. And many more were raised in environments where emotional expression just was not safe. So what does that mean for your relationship? It means you're not just navigating 2 people, you're navigating 2 nervous systems. And one of them may have been shaped by survival. And research confirms what so many wives are quietly living in every day. In relationships where one partner, especially the male partner, has experienced childhood trauma, there are often higher levels of stress, sometimes nearly double. There's more emotional volatility, lower relationship satisfaction, even when love is still very present, and a slow weakening in emotional connection over time. Not because he doesn't care, but because emotional safety feels fragile. Like at any moment, something small could turn into something so much bigger. So you find yourself bracing, watching, adjusting, trying to prevent the next rupture before it even happens. And over time, that becomes your normal. And here's something even harder to sit with. This isn't rare. Research suggests about 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse, and most of them never tell anyone, not as boys, not as young men, and many don't speak about it until much later in life, if they ever do at all. The average age of disclosure, you guys, 52 years, which means so many marriages are carrying the weight of something that hasn't ever been spoken. So when you find yourself thinking, why does this keep happening? Why does this feel so hard? It's not just about today. It's about what's been carried silently for years, sometimes decades. And that creates something many couples can't quite name, this quiet cycle of disconnection. Not always loud, not always explosive, but this distance that slowly builds because so much is happening underneath the surface that's never been processed or shared. And here's where it gets even more confusing, because most advice, even therapy sometimes, focuses on behavior. Communicate better, try harder, show up differently. And those things, they're not wrong, but they don't go deep enough, because you're trying to fix something at the surface when the real issue, it's happening underneath. So you end up working harder and still feeling stuck. And if emotional labor counted towards a 401k, some of us would already be retired on a beach with a very, very good therapist. But here's what I want you to hold on to. This isn't just a hard reality. It's actually an opportunity, because the moment you begin to understand what's really happening, when you stop seeing these reactions as personal and start recognizing them as coping mechanisms shaped by trauma, everything begins to shift. It's not overnight, but in a way that finally makes sense. You stop taking everything on as yours to fix. You stop feeling like you're failing, and you start seeing the pattern clearly. And that clarity, that's where the cycle can finally begin to break. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, this explains so much, I want to help you understand your very specific dynamic. That's exactly why I created the Relationship Pattern Assessment. It will help you uncover the patterns underneath your relationship, so you can stop guessing and start moving forward with clarity. And you can take it using the link on your screen right now. You're not imagining how hard this feels, and you're not alone in it. If this resonated with you, tell me in the comments. Does this feel like your experience? You're not alone.